We back at it. Wild card. Wild. Wild. Coming at you with that car. Coming at you with that real shit. We've been in the dark these past few videos. I didn't do that shit on purpose. The lighting ain't always gonna be so terrible. But I want to capture an important metaphor of the circumstances that society has brought itself to. We're going into the darkness. We're going into the shadow self. And we're bringing it to light eventually. It always comes roundabout. But right now, we're going into darkness. Some people seem, the more advanced ones, let's put it this way, the more advanced ones appear to be coming out of darkness already, and they're awakening. And you see their light, whether you hating on it or whether it's inspiring you to become more. You see the light level beings here, the people that are embracing love freely, the people that love themselves freely, the people that seem like they've been here before, the wise souls. Yeah. All of those people, the few that there are, will be enough to build what's coming next. They'll be enough to build what's coming next. We don't need all you niggas to wake up. That's why I'm here to tell you, part 2, it ain't no one to blame. We gotta talk, and look, the way these videos are, the topic is all, I'm gonna make sure it's a broadcast, for certain. Because there's a lot of different things to cover in these videos. So, the only thing with the different parts is when it comes to my head and when I can link it in and go into further detail about certain aspects of the last video or just a whole other way of looking at it, a whole other metaphor. So with that being said, there's always going to be the general message in my videos whenever I have these multiple parts. So don't feel like if you miss one, you got to start it from one. And I mean, you can do what thy will, but it's not necessary at the end of the day, because if you've seen one of them, you get the general message. I'm going to always make that known every damn time. It's not like you got to see all the videos to understand. You'll just have a more elaborative, in-depth understanding if you watch all the videos. And you will be supporting your boy Wildcard, which will be greatly appreciated because it'll be reciprocated. I'm here to do big things for the people that are ready and that want that kind of guidance. But I'm going to tell you right now as a disclaimer, I ain't nobody's motherfucking leader. I ain't you niggas leaders. I'm a family man. I'm a leader to my family. But then, some of y'all's minds are so gone, not everybody even sees you as a leader when you are their leader. They don't even know when they're being led. You don't even know when you're being led into fucking traps and tricks and emotional investments and all of that shit really goes to show how lost people are today. Y'all can just be sold snake oil. And meanwhile, the motherfucker's been orchestrating it, leading it the whole time, appearing not to be, and not just appearing not to be, they're not even in the picture. You don't even think of them as a threat or something that could be against you, poisoning you, stealing from you, leeching off of you or manipulating you. It could just be as simple as that. It don't got to be all that crazy shit, because you motherfuckers is dirty out here. Y'all know what y'all do to people. Matter of fact, anybody that that has done good things for people and then someone do them terrible, you know what kind of world this is. It's not fair. It's not supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be balanced. And right now, you are seeing a conflagration of the subconscious turmoil of the past several generations that's coming out into play of this new generation of people that are no longer repressed sexually. They're being liberated sexually. They're no longer repressed about their viewpoints. It's not, in their minds, civil rights it's not a big issue. In their minds, civil rights only pertains to black and white. Or your sexual orientation. Or your gender. That's all y'all think it's about. When it's actually more than that and less. And what I mean by that is it's more complex than that, but there's one fucking thing that they're tweaking. They don't care about it like you do as a common person who's caught in that madness. The only thing that they're tweaking is your fucking subconscious mind, your shadow self. Hollywood. Media. Your Google search. Like button. There's a like button for everything. Not just pictures on Facebook. You can like. It don't matter what it is. Etsy. Pinterest. They have multiple of dozens of apps for you to subscribe to that's going to help calculate the artificial intelligent consumer market. And with that being said, it's just a giant boat that has to be navigated as far as directing where the money's going, where you all invest your energy, what you all pay attention to the most, what you give the most attention to, what aspect of self can be extrapolated into a service or a product, or how can we create a greater demand for a certain aspect of self, a certain way of living, a certain apparatus for like they want it to be daily. They want it to be something that you're going to need daily, every day, and try to find a way to have you hooked to it, and meanwhile emotional about it. They done put political agendas and shit with it, and had stars and celebrities sign for it and back it up, and then, y'all love these people, so y'all don't have any real leaders. That's who y'all about to motherfucking, such and such is fucking with so-and-so. Nike fucks with it. Everybody love Nike. The NFL fucking with it. They put all y'all's political agendas They put all your Arcanum, all of that shit in sports, entertainment, movies, Netflix. And then sell it back to you as merch. Resell it back to you as merch. To further establish the relationship that you are going to continue to participate in these certain mind games. So by notion of you just having certain credit cards, certain places, favorite places to eat, favorite places to shop at, certain connotations about yourself to where you dress a certain way, certain connotations of self to where you eat a certain way, certain subscriptions to self to where you navigate a certain way on the internet. You got a digital footprint on the internet. Every time you search something, every time you scroll up and down Facebook timeline or whatever, every time you do anything, you click on anything, you on the internet, that's data. That's why they call it's common sense. Like, I'm explaining it this way just to make you understand. If there's a cloud database that stores all the information, all the activity, you got to know what you're up against. This is what you wanted. The supercomputer. But you got to navigate it. Because if not, somebody's going to sell that boat. They about to rock you niggas to sleep every damn time. Rock you right to sleep. Rock the boat mixed with Gently Down the Stream mixed with Rock the Cradle. You niggas is fucking just smacked every time. You got to think, man. Why is it set up the way it is? It's a dynamic of power. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Power. They want to know what where y'all invest. That's why I went and talked about all that shit. That sums up the power part of that. Some of you niggas are under the impression of certain gods. Can you imagine that would then there calculate economically to a certain amount of money that goes into churches, certain amount of money that can be estimated to be collected by donations from people? There is a database on that, a projection on that. There's a model for that. There's a system for that. Y'all can't just want something that's reality without it calculating to a equivalent exchange, an opportunity cost. Something has to be taken in order for you to receive. Equivalent exchange is you giving up something and it goes somewhere, and you receiving something and it came from somewhere, or that something that it came from lost something and received something else. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a four-way conversation. It's the yin and yang. It's the white dot in the black space and the black dot in the white space. That's giving and receiving on heads and tails. And see, these master masons, master chess players of this world game, these niggas is not looking at it like black and white. They don't give a fuck about that. They know that you niggas care about that. They not looking at it like you can best believe they're not eating at any fast food restaurant. They don't eat like y'all eat. I've been like that, but I don't fuck with fast food no more. I don't. I got out of that. I know better. But Wildcard can eat whatever he wants, y'all. That's different. I'm going to tell you why I can eat whatever I want. I've mastered conscious metabolism. That's for a whole other video. But this all has to do with talking about getting your power back. I consciously metabolize the way the way the stars fusion works, or the way stars burn, the way y'all, however you damn scientists say that shit. Fusion and fission and shit. Nuclear fusion. I know it's fusion. I'm making fun of y'all science a little bit because at the end of the day, that shit is spooky. Y'all come up with a bunch of terminologies that really explain the as above, so below. That's what inventions are. That's what religion is. That's what science is. It always refers to the body. That's how your phone was built. That's how a car is built. We can always motherfucking match it up to how the body works. That's why I'm saying there ain't no one to blame. If you go inside yourself, all the answers is there. You putting the damn energy somewhere else. Your power somewhere else. You placing it in the hands of a ruler. That's what they will become, a plunderer. Something that takes your power. And it'll take it. Because the human collective mind is capable of making anything real. The same way that we come to worship these gods. There's churches and mosques and synagogues and all of that to tribute them. Temples of study. When what you're seeing is a keeping of the record. It's always been a government. Since society has been, there's always been a government. You Kemetic niggas love Egypt so much that you don't realize you're still in Egypt. Look at the back of your dollar bill. These motherfuckers want you niggas in Egypt still. Look at a dollar bill on the back, and you tell me we over here in America, but we got a pyramid on the back of our dollar bill. You in Egypt. And why you love Egypt so much, the priesthood that left you, that left you all the record from Coptic and Kyretic, that you see all these books, the Amduat, the Book of the Dead, and And it goes on and on. Look. That was the priesthood. This is the point. That was the priesthood. That was the government then. Everybody didn't know that shit. All Egyptians weren't like what you niggas think. They wasn't all just woke. They had a different spiritual mindset. But the spirit alone is not the mind, body, spirit. The mind embodied in a spirit. Or the body and it, or the spirit embodied in a mind. These coordinate to different things. And contingent upon the distortions, you come out with different humans, different mankind. That's why there's a word kind of like a man or mankind. And then humans describing a different type of people. And then there's other motherfucking terminologies for people. We got our ways to call each other humans. And then furthermore, depending on where you're from, depending on what language your people speak, it has a different title. The way to call somebody what we are is undescribable. It's infinite. So with that being said, imagine all the power that exists in that. Imagine that. And imagine where we direct all the energy. What names we say the most. What bears the most factor? What plays out as a factor more in your life than anything? What persuades you to move in the directions that you do? Is it love? Is it God? Is it survival alone? Is it celebrities? Is it the music that you listen to? I would say all of it. I would say all of it. And the more weight that you're carrying, the more you're moving in directions in accordance with everything else in your space, opposed to making the space move around you. This is what people tend to do. This is how they group each other together. Everybody's measuring what self is based off of everybody else. And then you pick which parts of these things you want to become or add to your identity. Which part of these things you resonate with, which one of these things you subscribe to, then eventually you're an individual. Favorite color's green. You would call yourself black. Some people be like, I'm Aboriginal. Some niggas be like, we're African. Some niggas wake up to this shit and still be like, I'm black, damn it. I don't give a fuck. Don't call me nothing else. Some people be like, I'm a copper color Indian. I'm a true American. We was here first. All that crazy shit. So, just think about this. This shit is powerful. Look. Some people think that shit matters. So that's how they identify themselves. This is what they value. Shit like this. Nigga, I'm a gangster. Gang, gang. Nigga, I'm a thug. I'm thugging it. I've been thugging it my whole life. Some niggas be like, I don't know nothing else but to just be a nigga. I'm a hustler. This is what I do, nigga. I don't know nothing else. It's funny, but it's not. Because I done been there. I had all them damn thoughts, man. This is part of the program. This is what happens when you get lost. Narrow bandwidth. You get into a finer aspect of the self. Something that is an extremity in your mind, body, spirit complex. Usually it's more bodily in its orientation because people become consumed by the material planes. And that becomes your gods. The drugs that you're on. The money that you spend on, women. Fucking bitches. I don't care if you doing it on OnlyFans. I don't care if you getting these bitches and fucking them. I don't care. You will always spend your money on a woman, nigga. Period. So let's stop acting like, oh, I ain't gotta spend no money to fuck and all that. Yeah. That's why these women don't. That's why these children don't have daddies. Stop fucking these broke niggas. Y'all need to stop fucking these broke niggas. That's how, look, giving the power away. Oh my God. Stop fucking these broke niggas. And then complaining about niggas. Because now you're adding more fuel to the fire. And it's expanding out. It's becoming a bigger problem. You niggas love Egypt. Until you find out that the Egyptian... Yeah, I'm going to jump around like this. This is just how my mind works. You niggas love Egypt until you find out the Egyptian government is why... The Egyptian government of that time, the priesthood, is what preserved the record. Even if it would have been changed 80 times since then. And you niggas still love it. Y'all still love it and call it Egypt and call it Kemet. And it is what it is. But it's been changed. Y'all trying to decode something that's been changed from what it originally was. Already been decoded over and over and over. And then they be like, some people will never be able to decipher what the metronator is. Some people are still trying to decode the metal nature. Other people be like, it's decoded. Well, if it's never been decoded, then that would explain why. Open. Damn, these niggas, look. Shout out to Tongue Tied. You niggas is lit as a bitty fucking man. Damn, no. Okay, so look. We got too many irons in the fire. Because when you wake up from your oppressor, you can't be oppressed no more. But as long as you are under that oppress. You'll see where I'm going with this. You can't express. Because you're still under a certain impression of yourself. You can't express something different. You can't escape what you know. It's your level of knowing. I'm not going to say that it's incorrect. Because we're all discovering truth at a level that's being administered based off of the level that we're at already. It's a progression. It's an advancement. And in either which direction. You can take Christianity. You can take Islam. You can take Black Lives Matter. You can take Kemet. You can take Alpha, Beta, Kappa. You can take all of that shit as far as you want to take it. You can take science and mathematics as far as you want to take it. The universe is infinite. But the important thing to remember, it's infinite power in the understanding that all is one, that all is free. Then the energy can be shared. Because you understand the white and the black dot on either side of the wheel of the yin and yang. You know how to keep the wheel moving with the least amount of compromise. The least amount of compromise of integrity, and compromise of balance, compromise of energy. They'd be like, energy can only be transferred. Yeah. So you can imagine, anytime you was frustrated and didn't know about it, know what to do about it, anytime you was like, you was stuck in all these spaces where it's hard to remember how long you was depressed. You might have been depressed for a minute and just wasn't fucking with nobody. Or you might still be under that shit and don't even know it. What I'm getting at is like, something is moving your actions for you when you're not present in your mind. Something's conscious. Something is going to motivate you to keep going and experiencing the journey of life. Because life can be experienced on so many different frequencies. That there's some lowered spirits, low vibration energy, slow, long wave moving vibrations. Where, like time is like slowed down. It just feels like you've been depressed forever. It took me so long to get out of this dark space that I was in. Y'all be fucked up like that. And you got to think, what being that couldn't take a body anymore? What thought forms, disincarnate possessions, what was with you? What was eating off of your motherfucking, your soul force? Something depleting your instrument. The body is a tool, the ultimate tool for expressing the mind. It is the ultimate expression of the mind physically. The spirit is the wager between mind and body. Some people be more like that, off in the space, and then down here every now and then. Some people's all down here, just root chakra. 808s in their car. Fucking riding around. And they get that all day. My favorite color, red. What, bitch? And you're an Aries? I'm good. Favorite color, red. She's an Aries and she's light skinned. I'm good. Shout out to my light skinned women. I love y'all. Straight up, though. I'm going to talk about everybody. Everybody. Because there's a distortion that needs to be blended. So that you can embrace your uniqueness. Who you actually are. The things that people are like, I couldn't help how I was born. I was born like this. I can't help it. Y'all hate yourself for that. What in the fuck? How can you hate yourself for something you don't have no control over? And it's you. It ain't doing nothing to nobody else but you. That's you giving your power away right there. You should know, because you are you, no one else could not only completely understand, but it's not completely necessary for people to understand and accept you. You got to understand and accept you. You got to be you. This is the simplest shit right here to unlocking the key to all of these damn mysteries. People want to be woke and be deep so damn bad. But if you don't even know yourself, if you don't even love yourself,